Say your fight club, we're repping the crew, battle on the floor. It's me and you, pulls them up right. Let the showdown begin. In this action figure world, we're destined to win. Got my action force, they ready to strike. Transformers roll out, they're ready for the hype. Marvel and DC, heroes in the ring with every epic. Flash in the night, join the figure fight club where legends ignite. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, we'll make our stand. From Megatron to Starscream, they're ready to fight. With every twist and turn, they light up the night. Collectors gather round, it's a sight to behold. With stories of valor and legends retold. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes jam. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, they'll make our stand. So grab your figures, let's make some noise in the arena of action. We're all just toys with every epic showdown. We'll cheer and we'll shout in the Decepticast. There's no room for doubt.
What up, everybody? This is the show. I'm a little hyped for this, kind of somewhat nervous. This is our Blokees episode. 3 episodes in. This is our Sins of the Blokees episode. And I'm happy to welcome my co-host. She was here for the inaugural episode. Please welcome Anna to the stream.
Hey.
Hey, Anna. What's going on?
I'm glad to be back. I'm excited. It's been a busy week for me, so I'm excited to have last week was a busy week for me, so it's nice to have a fun toy show to do with you and talk about our mistakes.
You were missed for sure. You were missed for sure. I had fun with Lou, but I missed having you on the show with me. Next
time I will have a better casting space. Right now I'm just in a spare bedroom, but I'm setting up my area. It's just right now just a bin of everything I own, which since you know me pretty well, you know that's a lot of bins.
Right.
So my room that's going to be used for this purpose is just kind of boxes of toys.
Hey, it's all good. I mean,
it's gonna get there.
Right. So I guess we'll start off with some show and tell. Was you able to unpack anything or have any new stuff that you wanted to show off today?
Believe it or not, I do. I decided that against my, probably better judgment, I would go ahead and jump in on Hasbro's Superion.
Oh.
So I decided to go ahead and get my first air raid here. And here he is. I hold it up this way because this looks good, right? It's like, ooh, this is a good jet mode. If I hold him up flat.
You mean how there's might be some bits under him?
But if you hold it this way, it's like, oh, it's a bird. Or an airplane with feet. It's so goofy. But whatever. The figure's pretty good, and I think it's going to make a very sturdy, decent combiner that will be accurate to how it looked actually in the cartoon, which is interesting.
Yeah, it almost feels like the main focus on that will be combined mode.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely the main focus is combined mode. The bot mode isn't bad at all. Like, there's really nothing wrong with it. The head's kind of big, the arms are kind of short, but it's like a little bit of posing and you don't notice any of that. Like, it's good. But, you know, Hasbro has been cranking out good deluxes for years. where it's just kind of like, yeah, it's a good robot mode, but couldn't they have done something to make the plane a little less like goofy looking? I don't know.
Right.
I've heard
Maybe
from a friend of mine, it's accurate to the G1 toy, and that's what matters. And I think that's the stupidest argument ever. Anywho.
I think Zaldron will disagree with you.
Yeah, he said cartoon accuracy superior, all others
Right.
inferior. I agree that cartoon accuracy is important. I haven't looked at the frames, but I'm pretty sure they turn into normal airplanes in the cartoon. I just have a feeling.
Right. And it probably would be difficult at a deluxe price point to hide more of that robot under.
Who's your Superion again?
I don't have a Superion yet.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, I have just never partaked in the and Superion is one of my favorite combiners. It's just I never got the who is it? Oh, I can't think of that name. No, the Zeta. Yeah, Zeta. Zeta toys.
Zeta did one people liked, yeah. And then they did that small version that is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that one is bad. I've heard the horror stories on book club.
Yeah, from me and our other friend who passed it back and forth and both decided it was hideous.
You know what? I lied. I have G1.
Oh, there you go.
I have the G1 Superion with a KO air raid, and then I have the G2 version in the spot right now.
Okay. That's fair. You got something there.
Right.
Mine is actually the JJ Jet Commander, which is the oversized knockoff of the Combiner Wars with a built-in multiple upgrade kits. It's massive, right? It's Titan Devastator size. And it's really cool, and I really like it. But I kind of wanted to play along with everybody as they put this one together. I just thought it would be fun to be getting in with the Hasbros and being like, hey, I'm getting it too and putting it together. So
I watched a review of Silverbolt, and I was almost tempted to pick it up, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I mean, because like I said, Superion is one of my favorite designs of combiners, and I might try to invest in the Vans Toys one, but it's super expensive to start from
super expensive nowhere. To start. I don't feel like Vans Toys is the right choice for combiners.
Yeah, well, I'm going all in on their Devastator, so.
And I hope it comes out good. I hope they did a good job on it. I know last week you were talking a little bit about the weight on it and how that's, a concern and probably why it takes them so long to get things done, and we'll see.
I think they're going to get 3 done this year, and then I'm assuming the remaining 3 next year. So one of the things I picked up, I showed this last week, but I built it this week. This is the Classic Class Megatron from Blokees, and it is way bigger than, well, not way bigger, but it is bigger than the other Classic Class Blokees. Like, that's the primal next to it, and it's probably almost 3/4 of an inch taller.
They're massive compared to normal Blokees.
Right. And then just the detail in his chest piece and just some of the deco hits they put on it. Like, I was surprised building this guy how much different it felt compared to the other Classic Class. So now it's probably going to be a goal to pick up more of these Transformer 1s versions of the Classic Class. The Soundwave looks good. The Starscream, I think the Starscream comes with a tank version, like a mini tank version of Megatron.
That's fun.
Also, I picked up last week the Blokees Galaxy Class Wave 1 case. And then so far I've opened 3, and I got Autobots on all 3. It's majority Autobots in that case. But so far I got Ratchet, Prowl, and Blue Streak.
I guess we'll talk way more about Blokees later, so I don't want to.
Right.
I have so many questions I want to ask you about those, but I'll ask later.
Yeah. Well, so we got a bunch of people waiting, and I want to get to that part because we are going to be Blokees heavy. So we'll start with getting into the slideshow. So this is the news of the week. There wasn't as much news as last week, so you won't have to sit through 90 slides. But so we'll start off with the official toy news. And so this is brought to you by Collecticon.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah. Yo, not right, man.
We now return to the Transformers.
So yeah, don't forget to use that code FFC10 on all orders through Collecticon Toys. So here we go. So the first thing is, and I think I know we have somebody in book club that's excited for this figure. I don't know if I will grab it, but it's definitely a cool design with the Macross crossover.
So you really need to be a Macross 7 fan specifically in order to fully get the reference on this guy, right? Which is tricky, because I feel like a lot of Transformers fans are familiar with the original Macross, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like they're familiar with the original, but as far as the sequel series, like Macross 7, I'm not as sure that most people from our fandom follow it. Because as I'm sure almost everybody listening to this knows, you know, we had the oh my god, the Skyfire, Jetfire, borrowed from the Macross toy line. And then we get into people actually going back and saying, hey, I can watch this. It actually got translated years later. A dub made it to Cartoon Network at one point, I believe. And, you know, enough people have seen the original Macross that I think, you know, an original Macross crossover would work in the US, but Macross 7, that's a little bit of a stretch. I say that willingly, even though I want this badly, right? Like, I've never seen Macross 7. I've seen Macross, I've never seen Macross 7, but I love this thing. Like, it is wacky and fun and silly and lighthearted, and I love it.
Yeah, and when he's on his stage, his boobs turn into speakers. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he opens up the speakers. It's neat.
Yeah. And then how they took, like, you know, here you go, G1 fans. Look, this is that famous pose from that movie, but now he has his guitar.
Yeah, no, it's great. And as Collecticon said in the chat, it is kind of a combination of Optimus and Rodimus and Macross 7, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's been making that point about it being a merger of Rodimus and Optimus. I have heard some people making the point that because it's a merger of Rodimus and Optimus, it's doing too many things. I honestly find it very easy to ignore the Optimus. Like, I love the fact that the Rodimus trailer is there and that the colors are very Rodimus, because I can just be kind of like, this one really is an Optimus this time. Yeah, it's got a battle mask, but you could say that the battle mask actually makes it more like the original Valkyrie and just kind of ignore that Optimus Prime influence. So that's what I'm doing with it. I'm just ignoring the Optimus and just saying this is a cool Rodimus. It's neat.
Yeah, when I first saw this, like, I didn't notice the Winnebago trailer thing at first, and then I was like, oh, they're doing that.
It's so
Lord
silly.
for Brooklyn, check that out. Rodimus murdered Optimus.
Yeah, exactly. It took his face, right?
Yeah.
Like, Transformers are into taking faces, so he just took his face, a little bit of blue, a little bit of battle mask, he's good to go.
Right. But I think
love this thing.
I think this just went up on Pulse this week. So
it did, and it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap to get a hold of. You know, it's like a little bit bigger than most leaders, according to the sizes people are finding. It's probably going to be the equivalent of a Commander Plus, from what we call, and then the import tax, getting that up to the $200 retail for U.S. retailers. It's going to take a little persuasion for some people to be in on this, but man, it does look fun.
And this slide shows kind of the reference of the battle mask. It's just one face, and it's not even the coolest face of them all. That face is pulling on me. I'm liking that.
That's fun. Yeah, he's got two really good faces, and I just don't think that third face is really that optimisy that it bothers me too much. So
almost a little Star Saber because with the tall horns.
Yeah, a little Star Sabery. And Star Saber's more appropriate, right? Since he's a ship of a sort.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes more sense. No, I love it. Ooh,
right.
now we're going in a totally different direction. Very Japanese. Yeah. Now we're going to very American.
100%. Are you ready for some football? So these were revealed earlier. I think they went on Amazon first. I'm not sure everywhere else where they're available. Oh, you probably get them on Collecticon. But these are the NFL Transformer crossovers, and we'll see what teams. This is the packaging. This is what they'll be coming in. And very basic packaging, easy to manipulate to do multiple times, like say maybe 32 times.
Yeah, so it's the football. Okay, the football is actually a physical object. I see it now. Okay.
Yep.
I do like that. I like that it comes with a football accessory. I really hope that football accessory can be held by other Transformers so that I can have them play football now.
Yeah, I'm trying to look how that's positioned in its hand. I wonder if the wrist is turned and there's a peg on the bottom of that football and it's just pegging into the bottom side of the fist. I mean, because look how it is on the Cowboys one.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that. Yeah, it looks like the football has a peg in it and he's got the wrist turned.
Yeah.
Okay. That works for me.
So the first four teams is Kansas City, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Green Bay Packers, and Kansas City Chiefs. And those four teams make sense because some of those are your top merchandise sellers. Like this, and the Steelers fans go everywhere. Cowboys fans are everywhere. Kansas City has won the last 3 Super Bowls. I've lost count.
Not the most recent.
Oh, that's right. They lost they
that
lost
was
that one. Right, but they've been in the I think Super Bowl like 4 of the last 5 tries, so it makes sense. And the rumor is they're doing every team. So if you have a particular team you follow, I'm sure it'll hit eventually. And so I think this is the last bit of. So this is rumors. We don't know how true this is, but I guess the guy that's on these posts has been right before. So MPM is the movie Masterpiece series. I don't think we got one. There hasn't been one for this year, and I think last year we got the last person from the movie, the 2007 movie. So they're saying that Sideswipe's coming from Revenge of the Fallen. So movie 2, and then supposedly there's a repaint of Soundwave. Well, it's a Soundwave. They don't know if it's going to be a repaint like Tune, but they've been doing a lot of Shattered Glass here lately in MPG, so they could do the Shattered Glass Soundwave.
They could. I wouldn't be completely surprised to see a Soundwave 2.0 though. Like if it did happen, I would not be that surprised. Like
they made it sound
very old.
They made it sound like it's just a repaint.
Yeah, well, I can hope.
And like what Collecticon says in the chat, Sonic repaint would mean white, and that's why I'm thinking the Shattered Glass. Yeah, because All These is doing a Shattered Glass right now.
Soundwave is getting. Yeah, everybody's doing Shattered Glass Soundwave. It's crazy how much Shattered Glass Soundwave there is now. Yep. Ages and ages of there being none of them, and now there's so many options for that.
And that's where it might get you, because there could be some cassettes that come with that Soundwave that you might need in your collection.
An official Shattered Glass Ravage would have to wave his way into my life. I just have to have him. Oh man, but they couldn't do Ratbat, but they wouldn't do Ratbat because Ratbat didn't come with Soundwave, so that would work. Okay.
Next there was a little bit of a teaser for Transformers Cyberworld. Was that yesterday, I believe? So here's some images from that, and I think that starts on the 17th. If I was a good host, I would have wrote down and said the date that this is dropping, but I think all of it's dropping on YouTube. So you'll be able to watch this. I don't know if it's episodic or if they're just going to drop it all at once. I guess I should, do better if I want to make slides. But so here's some images of Grimlock and Optimus Prime battling.
Okay, yeah, I'm up for that. I'm up for a new series. Like I'm
Maybe
always up for new media.
Maybe it's something we could watch and then kind of discuss every Monday. Just have a little segment. That's what I was kind of spitballing, and then
I like it.
Then the chat can join and watch the same week.
Yeah, y'all should watch it. It'll be all right.
Even though it's supposed to be, the kid brand, but
I mean, it is. Transformers is a kid brand, and it's okay when the media is kid compatible. Like honestly, Earthspark was quite good, right? Earthspark was a quality product, and it was kid friendly, it was kid safe, it was kid good. So I'd say let's do it again.
We're all kids at heart still, right? I mean, we're collecting toys.
Yes.
All right, so we're moving on to third-party official and unofficial. I don't think there was any official third-party stuff this week, but so this is the I can't remember the name of this company now. That's horrible. I should have wrote some of this down, but they're doing I can't remember if this was Rise of the Beast or Bumblebee, but they were pretty similar in designs, but they're doing an Optimus.
Transforming, non-transforming?
It is transforming.
Oh, wow. Looking nice.
And I think this is the KO MP10 trailer, so it doesn't come with the trailer.
Okay.
It's just another Optimus. And then this is X-Transbot's Ground Bite. Now, they've already released the Toon Accurate version. This is the more... Their youth is their Toy Accurate. So you can kind of see on his chest, he has more like traditional toy-looking decos. Thanks, Yojo Daddy. And, of course, they have to... Even if it is the toy deco version, it has to come with the horn. Just for that scene from the movie.
They're so fun.
And I don't think the sword comes with the original version, so I don't know if they added that on.
Nice. What's the sword a reference to?
I don't know. That's why I'm like...
Decepticons ran around with swords.
When did Scrapper have a sword?
Yeah.
So.
That's fun.
And then also from X-Transbots is their scavenger now. Week 1 we saw that they had a prototype at BotCon. So now this is shipped already, so it's heading to distributors. And this is the final product images of their scavenger.
I'm hoping someone in the chat tells me where the sword came from. I'm watching.
But yeah, this scavenger was always a weird design. But I think X-Transbot's bot mode looks a lot better than Fans Toys. Yes, I said it. Looks better than Fans Toys. I have Fans Toys, but I'm only collecting Fans Toys for the Arm mode or for the Devastator mode.
I like to think you're just collecting arms.
Yeah.
You don't want to combine it. You just want arms.
Yep. I'm just gonna have like body parts laying around everywhere. And then here's his head sculpts, and then it's kind of like a parts breakdown of everything that comes with him. Zaldron says maybe Headmasters, possibly. Collecticon said we all love swords. Yeah, swords are cool. Now next is this. Go ahead.
KO figures come with random swords. Like I have several KO combiner sets, and they always come with the most generic swords that don't even fit in their hands, right? Mm-hmm. So it just feels right. Just throw in some swords.
Yeah. So here, the next thing, this is MPU 03, I believe. So MP stands for, so this is I guess you would call them a KO, but at the same time, they're making their own thing out of a mold. So I just say, I call it KO-ish. They've taken the MP52 mold from Takara and made cone heads. Takara hasn't made cone heads yet, and this is the third member of the cone heads. This is Dirge. They've already released Thrust last year, and Ramjet just came about a month ago. And they've improved on the mold. They tighten the knees up and the ankles, and it's a lot more stable than Takara's. Sadly, I hate to say that because the Takara version is I think one of the most prettiest looking masterpiece figures that they've made.
Oh, it is so good. Like, it is just a really good figure.
So Lou asked, how does Devastator fit in Astro Train?
Isn't there a canonical explanation to size shifting somewhere?
Headcanon answered him. It's because they can.
Actually explain somewhere as if it could ever make sense.
It's the same way Gun Megatron could fit in Starscream's hand.
Right.
Or Soundwave could fit in Spike's pocket. And then here's the team. And then the parts, everything that comes with MPU Dirge. And here is the packaging. And it's funny, there's no shame in their game. They're calling themselves Masterpiece, Ultra, and then they have the official name of that character on the box. They did that with Ramjet as well.
They call him a Decepticon, so it's like some people won't catch that that's just the Japanese name for Decepticons.
Right. And then let's see. This is a KO oversized of I think the deluxe Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, and this is it's some KO company. I forget their name. We'll come across it when it shows their box. But you can kind of tell what happens when you upscale the size and add paint to it. It makes it look a lot better. I never held the deluxe. Did you ever have that deluxe version?
No, the only deluxe I have, the only Transformers 1 deluxe I have is B.
Yeah.
Looks good though.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Here's the company, Buy Away Toys. It looks like they added a jetpack or backpack to them as well, and a different head. Looks like a maskless head.
You know, Lord of Brooklyn, that's what I would do if I was a third part. If I was a KO company, I would call my toys things like the Cybertons. Like, it would just be too fun to come up with the stupidest names to give them that are just a little bit close. I've literally bought KOs on several occasions just because the names were so stupid that I loved it. Can't remember the most recent one, but it was so horrible and I loved it.
And that is all for the slideshow. Actually, I think I got it done earlier than what I wanted to.
Oh yeah,
that's good. It gives us actually right on time, a minute early. So I wanted to get into the main topic right around this time. So look at me being a productive person. So let's remove this off. So as it said on the end of the slide, today's theme of the show is Blokees, Sins of the Blokees. So
and we came up with this title because so many of us have deep dived into Blokees in ways that, I don't know, sometimes go against our collecting sensibilities, would I call it that? Because I think somebody beside me here at one point said that he didn't collect non-transforming figures. I think you've said that before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at these. They don't transform. I've manipulated this bumblebee into a car so many times, and it's just not very satisfying.
With the amount of Blokees I had, and for me for saying something like that, yeah, that's kind of
sinful.
Yeah,
you broke your
sinful.
own rules.
And if it wasn't for that Devastator, I probably wouldn't have went all in like I did. So which one is that one?
Shining Bumblebee.
Oh, okay. I have yet to get any of the shining ones.
So what I would like to do, and I know we have a theme, we have plans, we have all sorts of things going on tonight, but I would like to kind of review the different types of Blockies they've done.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it all started with that wave 1 you were holding up earlier, right? And that wave 1, I just want to point out, I just want to be a hipster for a minute. I ordered wave 1 of Blockies before anyone else knew what the heck they were. And I kept trying to promote them to people, and everybody told me I was crazy for being interested in these weird Blockies things. And I got it from you, Collecticon. You want me to say it? I got this, the Shining Bee from Collecticon. I think almost everything I'm showing tonight I got from Collecticon, to tell you the truth, including the air raid. So,
yep. That's where I got my first 3 members of Devastator.
There you go. Blocky source, Collecticon.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, so that first wave, that's what started it, right? Like I grabbed it. I was like trying to promote it, talking to friends. Like I always delve into non-transforming Transformers because I like action figures, right? I don't really collect other action figures lines, but I do like traditional action figures, so I wanted to check them out. And to tell you the truth, I did not like them. I got them, I played with them, and I wanted to ask you, do you like them? Do you like Wave 1? Because I don't like Wave 1.
You can tell the difference in Wave 1.
Yeah, you can sure tell the difference in Wave 1. And those faces, they have unusual faces.
Yeah.
They're very,
I noticed that with Prowl and Blue Streak.
They're very gaunt? Is that how you would call it? They look very, like, thin?
Yeah, like, Prowl just looks... Well, he looks like comic Prowl, like IDW Prowl. He just looks like a jerk.
The faces don't look quite right, though, which is a bummer on those. Which, the Wave 1 with face mask, like, Optimus was fine, right? Like, it looked just fine as long as I had a face mask. But they were pretty basic then. But they seemed it. They just caught on, right? Because we're on Wave 7 of the basic Blockies now.
Yep. Yeah, and they've they're dipping into IDW now in the main Galaxy class, and then like your different like Shattered Glass and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, they've done 2 waves now of Transformers 1 guys, right?
Yep.
Cogless Ironhide. 2 waves of these, and they've gotten Shattered Glass, they've got IDW stuff. They've really gone deep into those Galaxy Edition basic Blockies figures.
So you would say that the Galaxy class or the Galaxy stuff is probably was the entry point and almost like their flagship level?
I think so, because in the chat they've been talking a little bit about how there's Evangelion Blockies coming, and they've done everything from Ultraman to Sesame Street across different countries, and typically most of the stuff is that size,
right? And then so I would say, well, these are only on Wave 3, so one of your next is the Defender class. And that's how you got to get pieces for Devastator. Like your first box had 1 of Devastator's piece. Your second box had 2. And then Wave 3 had the last 3. And they've been doing some cool stuff with these. I mean, they've already got a clear version of Shockwave. They've done Golden Lagoon Megatron. And one of the coolest things I like with these little ones, they're doing car modes or vehicle modes. So your Optimus Prime can ride Optimus Prime, or any other figure can ride Optimus Prime, as you're showing. You have Grimlock. And it's this little repair droid is the handles.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a cool little ride-on.
And the shining one you
Okay.
showed, now is that Galaxy class scale, and it just has the light emitter in the torso bit?
That is 100% what it is. It is a Galaxy class figure in every other way, shape, and form, except that it has the light. So, this is not really any different than the early Galaxy class figures, except if you punch him a little, he lights up.
Right.
It's a
Which in
little,
that
yeah, it's a little
the
iffy.
shining are a little bit more expensive because of that feature, right? Is it like $1
I'm
more?
not
Do you know?
persuaded on. Like, I like Bumblebee. I collect Bumblebees. I wanted this Bumblebee. I got him. I'm satisfied with the mold. The lighting up is kind of like, the eyes are cool, but why does his chest light up? I ask that
Right.
in almost every light up Blocky.
So, and I would say the next class, once we get past Shining and Galaxy, is the Classic class.
The classic.
And the Classic class, well, at least with the first Classic class, they are about the same size as the Galaxy class. They have, but this is where you come with sprues and parts that you have to clip off, a la Gundam model or any other type of model kits.
Yeah.
And instead of just like molded pieces, like to form your limb bits, you're building layers. It almost has an endoskeleton, and then you have the parts that form on it. And also they have the light up flick technology as well. They also come with a little bit more accessories and sometimes swappable parts. Like with Optimus Primal, he has a face swap where you can either have the faceplate or his normal, like, human looking face.
Yeah, I have the Nemesis that goes with that, the Nemesis Prime, and it's got swappable arm weapons.
Yeah.
And also lights up. But it's pretty decent, right? Like, I like the fact they did more detailing on those. They made them just a little bit more fancy. They feel like actual model kits a little bit, instead of feeling like basically a more complex Lego. They feel like actual model kits.
And they tout on the box, no paint, no glue, no nippers needed. I like to use them because I'm just used to using them. And I can't remember.
I didn't use nippers today when I did this one.
All right, so now you bought the Soundwave, and he's after this Megatron. So did you feel what I felt on Megatron with that Soundwave?
I feel what you felt. Yeah, I want to say the parts count is the same though. Like, I was looking at it and it said 81, and I feel like my Nemesis was about 80 parts.
Yeah.
I think I have the RC from Rise of the Beast too. I think she was closer to 60 because she's little. She's a very small figure. But this is massive, right? Like, technically, if it's supposed to go with the cogless box that came in Wave 7 or Wave 6 and 7 of, or 5 and 7, sorry, 5 and 7 Galaxy. Like, that's a size difference. I don't think the cog bots were that much bigger in TF1, but it's been a while since I saw it. Yeah. It is a big old size difference here.
Well, though, that kind of is nice because Soundwave is not cogless, where Ironhide is. Right. That almost kind of scales good.
Yeah, maybe that is the scale. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie in so long.
Right.
But I think for the most part, they've almost completely lost the kind of exaggerated proportions. They kind of fit that more chibi, SD, super deformed scale before with the original Galaxy figures. I think that might be all gone at this point, right? Like, this is relatively accurate to his design.
Right. Yeah. I would say that with the Classic class for sure. It's like you're almost your upgraded Galaxy class.
So detailed.
I was about to ask, does his chest open?
Yep. No little friends, though. No little friends.
Right. So now, do you have your action class handy?
I do not. My action class isn't unpacked yet. I wish I did.
So that's the next class is action class. I know some of us have it. I know Lou has Soundwave. Soundwave is the most recent one. Action class is, so it started with the Optimus Prime was the first one. It was almost a little stylized proportion, and as they moved on, Megatron followed Optimus. It got closer to what G1 animation, I guess, would be the proper way to say.
It is real close too. That Megatron is real close. It actually looks good with Studio Series 86 Optimus. I swear it looks good with it.
Yeah, and then Soundwave kind of just goes all in on animation, and not in so much that they put a Frank Welker voice box in it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and they're like 7 inches tall, I think, between 6 or 7 inches tall. So really good if you like to collect 1/12. I mean, it doesn't like go in scale wise with a Transformer and a 1/12 figure, but they look good together on shelf. Maybe, I don't know. But I want to get that Soundwave. I'm hoping it hits my local comic shop. That's probably where I'll pick it up.
My local shop already had it. They've got the empty spot for it. I asked them if they were going to restock it, and they were like, maybe. So may have already missed that train.
Yeah. So we are doing good on time. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we start?
No, I wanted to go through the different size classes. I think one thing that I've already complained about on the show is that, you already know what I'm going to say. It's the Defender class figures. And the Defender class figures came with those little parts of a little Devastator that did not properly get released in the US, right? Like, we are heavily exposed to Blokees in the US now. We're getting them in stores. They're all over the place. They're even at Walmart, for gosh darns. And we were able to get a hold of the 3 sets of Defender figures and cannot officially get this thing. This guy here got lucky and was able to get one before they didn't really keep coming anymore. I ordered from the same place at the same time and still haven't received mine.
Yeah, and now this kit is going for high dollars on eBay right now.
Yeah, because
that's a good point, Warp Frenzy. They should do an action class Devastator.
I think that basically is it. I think that's basically Action Class Devastator right there in your hand. It's basically the same size as an Action Class figure.
So for those that might not know the history, typically when Hasbro licenses out Transformers to third-party companies, they're all non-transforming Transformers. So what Blokees did is where I think what got them in trouble. I'll rip Scrapper off. Anybody who's familiar with the G1 toy knows that Scrapper's arms rotate as I pop it off and drop his arm. But his arms rotate and the scoop goes like that. Well, to put him in combined mode, you lift the scoop, rotate the arm, and you have combined mode. It's practically a transforming third-party Transformer. Now, maybe that's where they got in trouble, and that's why Hasbro wouldn't let them license it in the States. That would be my guess.
Probably. It's a bummer, though. It's a bummer because it's like, a half-realized product. Because my local store is, physical store is selling the Defender figures. They have cases of the Defender figures for sale. So, you go into a retail store in the US, pick up these parts of Devastator, realize that they literally have ports for combiner bits, or they literally have the ability to become a limb. See, mine's in foot mode to make me angry in my pile. And then you can't do it, right? Like I seriously doubt my little hobby shop down the road is going to be stocking that kit anytime soon because they can't. So it's a bummer. Bums me out. Otherwise, I've been very happy with Blokees. Otherwise, they've been a great distraction. They're easy to put together. They're fun. They're great. But
and
that's my one kind of boo.
And price point. That's like the big thing for me because as being a masterpiece / third-party masterpiece collector, I get hit with pretty big bills once or twice a month. And when I can spend $5, $6, $10, whatever on a Blockee, Transformers Blockee to add the Transformers to my collection or show off, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, every time I go to my hobby store, I pick up a Blockee, right? Because it's just like, they're not too expensive, so grab one and have fun with it. Now, I will say these classic class ones, though, these are getting into Gunpla prices because you're usually only paying like $25 for an HG Bandai Gundam kit, and HD Bandai Gundam kits are a lot more complex than this. So it's kind of getting into that like, model kits can be expensive range. But those Galaxy and Defender Blockies are super cheap and utterly satisfying for the price point.
Right. Before we start into our next segment, wait, is there anything else that you want to go over? Or do you think that's it? You got
someone asked what other retail stores besides Walmart sell Blockies. I don't know if any other big box retail stores do. You can definitely get Blockies, even ones that have already been revealed from our good friend at Collecticon. Also, like, local hobby shops are stocking them. Just like, your basic, somewhere that sells Gunpla might be selling these. Somewhere that sells comic books might be selling these. Like they are in places.
Hey, give me 1 second. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, of course. I will keep going. But yeah, so they're available in some places. I haven't seen them in any other big retail stores yet, but I have seen them in a number of toy shops, collectible shops, and those sorts of things. So they're kind of all over the place in availability in that way. And I don't think they're showing any sign of stopping either, right? Because they're on their third Action Edition, and people are loving the Action Edition figures. Like, nothing but praise for those things. They're really good. They're doing their second series of the classic class, because they did Transformers 1, or they did Rise of the Beast. Now they're doing Transformers 1. Hopefully they'll move on to something more, traditionally appealing to fans, like G1 stuff. And then, they're on the 7th wave of Galaxy and the 3rd wave of Defender. I just think they're going to keep going for now. I do have this little pet theory that someday the bubble will burst on Blockies, but who knows how long that's going to be? Who knows how long that's going to be?
So
it could be years.
So since we promoted Collecticon, why don't we run that video one more time, and then we'll get into the confessions.
Nice.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah. You're not right, man.
We now return to the Transformers.
Sorry about that, Anna. Somebody else had to come to the stream. We got some sinners in the chat. We got sinners in the green room.
We do.
Confess their sins.
We do. I see you're ready. You're ready for some confessions.
Yeah, I was going to try to surprise you.
I'm shocked and pleased. Shocked and pleased. Weird out a full-on cosplay compatible.
Yeah.
show.
I was like, all right, if we're going with this shtick, I might as well just go all in.
And I mean, like, the whole idea of this whole confessionals is, like, I kind of think we've all broken collecting rules with this. Can I go first? Can I confess first? Because I just want to set the stage here. Like, so I have a very strong stance personally for myself against gambling and taking random chance into my hobbies. Like, I don't bet on things. I don't gamble. I don't do that kind of stuff. Just because I don't really like delving into that side of the world. Yet here I am doing Blockies, right? And I'm doing them wrong. I am literally going to the store and buying ones from the set where I want to figure, right? I've been trying to mine Wave 3 for Ultra Magnus, right? So I've been buying my Gachapon box of one
Yeah.
figure, opening up blind box, and I've gotten repeats. Here I am gambling on figures, trying to get the right one. And then the other side of it, I also claim that as a collector, I don't complete sets. I don't need to. Like, there's no
Yeah.
need for me to complete sets. But I guarantee you, I have completed all of my stupid defenders, and I want them all.
Yeah, well, and
want
like
them
I
all.
said, that price point makes it a little bit easier to complete them.
So I have sinned. I have committed great sins in the names of my own collecting values.
I only wish I had Energon for you to sip on.
Oh, yes, a sip of Energon and all is forgiven.
All right, so since you were our first confessional, why don't we bring in our next confession? I think if Abby's not bringing him in, I will. There he is. Ish.
Here we are.
Welcome to the stream.
Good evening, Father Talib.
So, sir, please tell
Yes.
us, how have you sinned? How have Blokees hurt you?
I can't even remember. I think it was a couple weeks after IshCon, and we got on a live chat, I think. And then,
Was that when we were doing the Friday stream when we were talking about IshCon?
yeah.
Because I think
Then,
that's when me and your DMs were starting to blow up back and forth.
right. And then that was it, dude. I ordered Galaxy editions.
And sorry I didn't introduce you. So this is Ish. He is the operator of IshCon. It's a convention based out of, is it Raleigh where you did it this year?
Yeah.
Raleigh, North
Hi,
Carolina.
Emma. Nice to meet you.
And
Nice to
he
meet you as well.
he did a stream with us a while back before IshCon, and Blokees was brought up somehow during that, and it was me that brought it up, and Ish got hooked ever since then.
You know what it was? It was Ace. He was flaunting all the Blokees behind him
Yep.
and the things to come, and it just, I think it helped a lot, and then I was done.
Yeah.
You know, um, I finished opening 2, 3. You know what? I have a question.
Mhm.
Anna's hunting an Ultra Magnus, right?
Yep.
Now for many people, like the box 2, 3, and 4 that I've opened, pretty much all the characters are there. I don't have a chase like, the Grimlock or any other things, but pretty much all the characters that was illustrated in the box I got.
Mhm.
Wouldn't that be a better way of collecting it rather than one by one and getting duplicates? And I'm asking this to get schooled or information, not about anything else.
You are absolutely right. That is the right way to do it, is to buy the cases. So if you buy the case of either the Galaxy figures or the Defender class, you get the whole set, right? You get
Right.
kind of random chance on the chase figures, but you get the whole set. The bummer about that is if you want to, pick them up randomly from your local shops and whatever, you don't usually get the chance to buy a whole case, right? I've even heard the stories of someone buying a whole case, but their store had actually mixed them up, so they ended up actually getting repeats in a whole case from a store because they had mixed them up first. So that's kind of the bummer of it, because it's like I want to walk into my local store and be like, "Hey, here's your X dollars," and I get a Blocky. but then it's random chance instead of me getting the whole set, which is way smarter and more cost efficient too.
How do you get Chase? If a box has 9 characters and one of them is Chase, that would eliminate the other character, right? How does that work?
So usually the chase, if you are lucky enough to have the chase in the case, it replaces that character and you don't get the boring version of it, basically.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Okay. Got
So
it.
I have the Defender right here, right? So with these Defender figures, every case seems to have either Starscream or Bumblebee being upgraded to either the kind of like fancy shiny version or the super fancy version, which is these two guys. And yeah, so since I pulled the Starscream in my set, I didn't get a regular Starscream. So I had to kind of trade around to get a regular Starscream because I had the Coronation version instead. If you get the Bumblebee, then you get the fancy Bumblebee with the shield, and you don't get a regular Bumblebee. Same thing with the Galaxy figures as well.
That's actually. I mean, I'm happy with my pulls. I don't need the chase. If I can get the characters what says in the box, I'm completely happy with. Like opening 2, 3, and 4.
Well,
Completed.
and
Huh?
I was going to say, Collecticon is going to confess his sins. He'll explain the case breakdowns when he gets on. So
Nice.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I got 2, 3, and 4, and I already have my Constructicons. I'm completely happy
There
with
you
this.
go.
Right. So, and then I ordered 1. Right. That's coming. 5. And what was it? 6, I think.
yeah,
Right.
I think because then I just share you 1, and you found 1 already.
Yeah, I got 1 finally, and then I went ahead and grabbed the 5th and 6th, maybe. The 6th was in stock, but the 5th was still a pre-order, I think, and there's no 7 yet.
So
For
you're
for the for the
going
ga-
all in.
for the
You've gone
Galaxy.
all in.
Oh yeah, Ish
Yeah,
went all
yeah.
in.
I mean, and then I got this guy.
All in.
I have not opened.
Got the Golden Lagoon.
Um,
I mean, Anna, look behind him. Do you think Ish
Uh,
does it half-ass, or does he do it all the way?
All the way.
and then I really like it's over there, but it's the one that only has 3 releases. It has Optimus, Megatron, Wave.
I see movement. You kind of stumbled there at the end.
Yeah, the sound went out a little.
Oh, so there was another one that I just collected. It's over there. I think the size is about this guy, but there's only
The
3
action
characters.
edition.
Thank you,
Yeah.
you. So I haven't opened that yet, but it's there waiting.
They're fun. They're fun. They take
Yeah.
quite a while to put together by comparison, but they are fun.
Does it? Yeah. And then I just got news today that Lego is releasing for the very first time Soundwave that will have a voice box. So I'm really excited about that.
Yep.
So, yeah. Speaking of which, I was able to get the Soundwave and Shockwave, which are my favorite characters. So
Ooh.
so
That was
happy
that
with
answered
those.
my next question.
What's that?
That was my next question. If Soundwave was one of your favorite characters.
Yeah,
So
Soundwave, Shockwave, and those are the main gems. But that's. I hope I don't get the others. The others doesn't really appeal to me as much, so I'm happy with that.
Like
I'm
these
just-
super small ones. The
Yeah, yeah. Even though I saw the sold out kit for Constructicon, which is
Yeah.
but it's okay. I'm happy with the scale, and I have to figure out where I'm gonna display them somewhat.
Well, and that's the whole point of it, Just
Yeah.
get what you want, get out. if you can.
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna stop making the Galaxy editions, right? So
Yeah.
we'll see. And then she showed the Galaxy. I think it was one from the movie, right?
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of one figures now.
Yeah, and
Released
they've
so far.
released a few versions, and they actually look good. So I'm like, I'm trying to stay, I'm trying to stay
Yeah,
away.
the
I don't
classic
want to grab it.
guys.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great movie, but I don't want to start another series. So yeah, I'm happy with the Galaxy. Hopefully,
Well,
because
I am glad that you found some love in these Blokees and continue to send, sir. And
Saint
if you would
Soundwave.
like, if there's
Such a
anything
fun.
that you'd like to share before we let you go, because I know you were you had a schedule, so didn't want to keep
what's
you up.
a se- what's a Sentinel Prime, Abby? What's that?
Sentinel would
That's from
be
Transformer One. That's
a
the one I
classic
was
class.
talking about.
Oh. Yeah,
He's
I don't.
blue and gold.
I see. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to opening these. They're about the same scale, right, as Galaxy.
Yeah, they should
Yeah.
be the Galaxy. They're just the gold versions
Yeah.
of them.
Right. They actually had Lagoon from Hasbro a while back. They released them. That was good. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. I'm a lightweight. I don't know much about this thing. I just started, so
Oh no, it's good. I mean, that's the whole thing. This is like a good entry level toy for people to pick up.
hey, really quick though, I don't know if you can see it. Is that the regular sound wave, like the sheen on this thing? That's the regular,
No,
right?
Anna, if it's a sheen,
Because
usually it's
this is
shiny.
the regular color, right? And
Yeah,
so I'm just like
I'll
wondering
like Collecticon answer in the chat because I know he's
if
about
it's the
to.
same. See how you have the color, and then this is kind of, and I'm not sure if it's just because it's sound wave.
you got the chase.
Yeah.
'Cause
Cool. So I'll be looking for a regular sound wave. No, not really. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with that. Oh, there you go. Thank you for confirming. That was awesome.
all
So I
right.
got one chase.
Well,
Awesome.
thank you for
Nice.
being here tonight and for
Thank you for-
showing
thank you for
off
having-
the chase figure.
Thank you for having me. It was it's good to dip into Transformers. It's been a hot
Yeah.
minute since,
And I appreciate
I've done.
you. I appreciate you hopping on with us as well.
Thank you, Collecticon, for the info. Since I'm in the right channel, I've had this guy for the longest time. Okay, and I've searched eBay everywhere for that right arm. If anyone has this model, let me know. Hit me up.
It's gonna be
I've
hard
been
to find a
wanting
random
to.
right arm.
I know. I've been wanting to complete this guy for the longest time. Just sitting on my desk for the longest time. Anyways, it was great meeting you, and
Yep.
Father Talib, thanks for having me.
I appreciate
Have a
you
great
doing
evening,
that, Tish.
everyone.
Thank you. Yep. Take care.
I know I'll see you again.
Yep.
Take care.
I want to go to IshCon, so hopefully I'll see you. live.
Hey, that'd be awesome.
Yep.
We're gonna make it bigger. It's gonna be better. Thanks, you guys. Have a good evening.
So who's our next center, Anna?
I don't know who is our next center. I can see the list.
Oh, yeah. Well, Abby, just throw anybody in, I think. Oh, no.
Oh,
Shadulu, Kalikalakadushi, Shadulu, Dikalakadushi. It's 70. I think I did it wrong.
Oh. I mean, Blockies are kind of super deformed, so you got something right.
It's so scary in your room, Max.
Oh, it's not that scary.
Now we got a warlock. I mean, we have gone straight into the rise of mysterious sun.
Listen, the guy who sold me this said that I would for sure get a gold, one of those gold Blockies, but I don't think he might have lied to me.
The Golden Lagoon.
Wait, Warlock, what do you mean? I got married in this, please.
Well,
it was dark. You had a Necronomicon, I'm pretty sure.
What sins? What sins? Do you want to hear about my sins? My sins are that I refuse to order one of those boxes. I want to find this shit in the wild. And I have one place an hour north of me that has a good selection. And it's gone, and they're not reordering.
Oh, no.
So
you would think if they're gone, that means they sold and that they would want to reorder more.
Right? And listen, I got a great comic shop, but they are, I've been telling them, I'm like, hey, you need to order a Blockies display and you need to keep it stocked. And he's like, he's got great, I mean, the last master grade Gundams I bought were all from this same shop. So, I know he carries quality. It's just getting him on board with these Blockies is once he does, he's going to be like Ish. He's going to buy all that shit. So,
oh, you know what, Max? What was your first Blocky? And everybody in the chat, chime in. What your first Blocky was? What brought you to the land of sins with the Blockies?
These two right here.
So
I'd seen
Long Haul.
Yep, and I'd seen Rowdy talk. I was actually looking for some of those Pokemon ones that Rowdy Riles was talking about because, I wanted to get a couple of them for the kid, and I might dabble in Pokemon occasionally. Gun, pew pew pew, swords, violence. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I was looking for some of the Pokemon ones, couldn't find them. Was like, oh, Transformers, and they're $5. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Where do you sign me up? Because I used to like the old Action Masters was it Action Masters? Yeah.
Action Masters.
You are speaking Anna's language.
Yeah. I mean, I like, seriously, I've had a complete Transformers collection, War for Cybertron. Everything they made. I transform it once, with the exception of Jetfire. That one got a few. It was just so fun. But most of the time, it's just give me a giant robot. But I tell you what I'm probably going to go all out on, and that's that Defenders class. Because Core class was the only thing I kept when I sold off all my Transformers. And I really like the scale of those Defender class.
Yeah.
And I know somewhere in here is the secret to summoning them. It's probably towards the back of the book. I'm pretty sure if I get... here it is. A Zog Toth. That was my mistake. I summoned the wrong god. That was, yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're going to continue sinning with your Blockies.
Well, yes. I don't want to get super back into Transformers. I've got a few Masterpiece. If I pick up another one, that'll be the direction I go. But anything that's Core class, I still collect my imports. I do War in my pocket.
Ooh.
I love them. They've got the and it's pretty close to the same scale. So I could put these next to the War in My Pocket figures that I've got. They're not going to look. The Defender class will probably fit a little closer, but that's really the main Transformers that I still. War in My Pocket is just, they're exceptional. They're super fun to transform. The engineering is amazing, and they fit in your pocket just like the advertisement says. So.
We're gonna have to do a show on the Micromaster class from Dr. Wu, aren't we?
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be a Dr. Wu show.
Oh no, that's it. No, I gotta go.
I want somebody to join us, but she won't because she doesn't want to be.
It goes back on.
I can't do what Dr. Wu, man. It's too good. It's too good.
That and you have limited space. Dr. Wu is a good thing to get along with Legends.
And they're so good. Like you talk about Blokees, when you get on that Dr. Wu episode, call me, man. What's up?
We'll have to. Yeah, all my Dr. Wu fit easily in this random footstool I have right here, and there's tons of room
Because if
left.
you don't, I know all the spells.
Well, I think we don't need to forgive this one. I think this one's happy with his sons.
Did I have my microphone off this whole time?
No, you've been talking. We've heard you.
What? I had the off button off. Oh,
I'm surprised your deep voice didn't kick in at one point.
Hey, listen. If you need it, baby, Daddy's got it. I actually just forgot to push the button.
Talk about Dr. Wu and look who shows up. It's like it was her own little bat signal.
All right. I have done my sorcery for the evening.
Your sins have been
Remember,
forgiven.
There are no such thing as exorcism spells. They don't exist. So with that being said, good night, everybody.
Check out Maximilian Tucker.
Good night.
That was probably the biggest center of the night so far.
I think so.
Do we have more? Who feels guilty and needs to confess their sins? Oh, look who it is. It's Lou, not Stu, my co-host from last week. How you doing, Lou?
I'm good. How you doing? Anna, nice to meet you. How are you?
I listened to your whole show on my long drive in my move because I was moving, 13 hours when you all did the show. And I definitely encoded your name as not Stu instead of Lou. It was definitely, oh yeah, you were on last week with not Stu. I remember.
Oi. All right. Well, I'm not Stu. Sorry. Still be here later.
How deep are you in the Blokees abyss now? It's been a week since we last started update.
Right. So, I told you last week, I got 2. I said I'll get 2 galaxies and I'll see what I get. What the heck? And so I got this guy, Skywarp, and then I scored the Chase Optimus Prime. I said, oh, cool. And, put them together. They're fantastic. They're fun. They're, So this week, remember, that was 2 galaxies. I also got the Action Master, or the Action Class Soundwave, who took me about 3 hours.
Tell us one. You are going to burn, buddy. Burn.
Yeah, that's the way he sits on my desk at all times. Well, So anyway, then, Galaxy, okay. So the shop I went to is about an hour away. And this past weekend, I said, I had nothing to do on Saturday. I'm going to take a drive down, maybe pick up a couple more. So now I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Galaxy class. 10 actually, but I have opened my last box and found out I have a duplicate of Megatron. So got to take care of that and figure out what I'm going to do with that. So far only one duplicate, 10 Galaxies, and I'm all in at this point. And now I gotta figure out. I gotta stop going an hour down to the shop to pick them up, and I'm just gonna buy the boxes. I think at this point. So there's a box on the way.
Does your shop sell the boxes, or they just do them all individual? Because I think my shop is like, screw it, we're putting the boxes out.
Yeah. He sells the Defenders, the Defenders, the tiny ones.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Yeah. He sells the Defenders in sealed cases. But the Galaxy he puts out, he's got a whole setup, and he puts them all out. So it's completely random, which is like, that's why, when you're doing it that way, there's that fear of like, well, if I buy 8 of these, which I did the other day, I really hope I don't get a whole ton of duplicates. So,
So I will say we've had 3 people come on to confess, and of the 3, 2 of them have got chases. So I mean, so far we're at a good ratio.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the thing that sucks you in, that there's actually a chance to get one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I got one. I never get anything. So
my first Galaxy was a chase. I got the chase Grimlock.
You too? Oh, okay. That's right. I remember you. Yeah, you did that on the live stream. Yep. That's I'll tell you. I had no intentions of going too deep on these, but then with each one, it's like, ooh, what did I get? And you rip open the bag and you pour them all out, and you're looking around, and you're going, oh, put it all together. And now like you guys were saying before, after a couple of them, we don't need the instructions anymore. It's pop, 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 and you got your dude. It's that easy. And for what they are, the articulation on them, the look of them, they're just fun little figures. And being the size they are, they don't take up much room yet until we get about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 more.
So you're saying, finish your thought.
Yeah. So while I'm not 100% all in, my wheelhouse is still G1. So, some of those ones, like the Transformers 1, right now I'm not going to pursue. I'm looking and focused mainly on the G1 characters, and I know some of those cases have got some IDW and various other guys in there. That's okay, for a couple of them, no big deal. It's not that they're bad; it's not my thing.
But as long as it's G1, you'll continue to sin, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I will definitely be chasing the G1s. Like even what is that? Shattered Glass?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it Shattered Glass? Yeah, Shattered Glass Optimus. I know about Shattered Glass, and although it's G1 Optimus, it's purple G1 Optimus, so I'm happy. So,
just remember, always praise Primus every time you buy a Blockee.
Absolutely,
and you will be saved. And you will be saved.
Yes. Right on. So Anna, who you got holding up there? Which one is that? The action class
one, Soundwave. Yeah, it's
okay.
It's the classic class one. He's actually a Saint Soundwave right now to absolve every one of their sins.
Wow.
Thank you very, very much. I need it.
All right,
I need the absolve.
And Lou, I knew you said you didn't want to be up too late. So is there any last thing you'd like to finish off with, and then we'll go to the next sinner?
No, I think
anything
I'm good.
To shout out?
Anything to shout out? If you're interested, my Instagram is lucidabase3, and always come out. You never know if I might show up on this show. I might get asked or invited. It might happen. So definitely every week, Decepticast, come see us. Figure Fight Club Tuesday night, open mic night. Come hang out.
Thank you, Lou.
That's it.
Don't forget to take your shot of Energon after your confession.
Absolutely, will do. Any prayers I need to say or anything? Any enchantments?
No, just check out. Just pray to Primus that all your sins of the Blokees will be abolished. Thanks, Lou. Thanks for
Very
joining.
good. Good
Take
night,
care.
guys. Thank you.
Good night.
I might need another sip of holy water if we keep this up. Who do we got sending?
It's a lot
Who do
of
we got
work.
sending next? Zakanin!
Ooh.
Welcome to the show.
Forgive me, Father,
Nice.
for I have sinned. Wait a minute. It was you. You did it. You're why I got into these. It was Father Talib the entire time. Yes, Anna. By the way, I didn't understand what Anna was doing until like the second time. I'm like, oh no.
Because he has an infamous lamppost mode,
Everything wrong.
right? Infamous lamppost mode that can also act as a cross.
These
so
are also not edible. Yeah. I wasn't thinking crucifixion sound wave there. Yeah. Wow.
You
Your
know what?
heresy knows no bounds.
I wish I had that sound wave because this costume came with a crucifix. I would have took the crucifix off and hung sound
put
wave.
sound wave.
Oh man.
I took
It was
this
right
little guy
there.
with me to DFW, by the way.
Complete
in
or
fact-
in pieces.
I put him in like a little pelican case, and I was going to strap him to me with like a little D-ring. I ended up not doing it. But this guy, in fact, I put him together backwards. So Duarte and a person that are going to remain unnameless, but if you know him, you know him. Anyway, so they're in the hotel room mocking me for putting his knees on backwards, and they, fixed him, and it was fine. I couldn't tell. It was a robot. Come on. I knew I liked Ish for a certain reason, man. Because this is my favorite, and for comparison, for the Galaxy class compared to the classic, and then deluxe. Is the deluxe that much bigger?
You mean the action class?
Is the action class?
the action class is
It's
huge.
like 7 inches tall.
Okay, so
It's super
Yeah.
7.
So I'm excited. Soundwave's my favorite. I love me some Soundwave. So I think as soon as you, Talib, was like, "Oh, hey, look, here's a Soundwave Blocky," I'm like, "What's Blocky? What's that? How do I get these? What do you do?"
I also sent you that Lego one too, but this is not a Lego show.
Yeah, that'll be another show.
That'll be a future show for sure.
Because I'm totally gonna do that Lego one. I'm so stupid. I'm such a mark. But while I was backstage, by the way, so that's that. And
What's that countdown for? Oh,
so while I was, sitting there backstage, I just sat there hitting the mic,
Oh, you built her? Nice.
and I just built her backstage.
oh, she looks good too.
Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you hold up the sound wave next to her so I can see the size?
Sure. Try to get it on the same deal, on that same level. playing
Yeah,
field
because
there.
see, here's the cogless version.
Oh yeah, the
From
the
set
cogless
7.
version here would be boop,
Yeah, teeny tiny.
teeny. But I like that, and like Talib, you were saying earlier, even going with an action class would be cool to mix in. That might mix in with a Joe, maybe. I might do that.
Thanks for noticing me, Max. Thanks a lot. You just noticed my priest costume.
When he said Talia, that's what threw me off. I was like, Talia?
I knew exactly who he was talking about.
Who else is wearing a priest outfit? I mean, I
Right.
am wearing black and white, but
But yeah, these are so fun,
Starscream.
man. The Starscream is so fun. And again, for me, I was big when I was a child. Like, my Transformers have to transform. 52-year-old me, I don't give a damn. I want it to look cool. and I want it to be in robot mode. I'm not going to spend 30 minutes on the third party with 532 steps to transform something into a plane, which is cool. I'm glad that they got to the point where the robots look like robots, the vehicles look like the vehicles. That's cool. I ain't got time for that.
The Action Edition Megatron is almost as big as this guy here.
Oh, wow.
He's almost as big as my my Wild Keen Optimus.
Man,
Not
it's
as
about
bulky,
that
not
size.
quite as bulky, but he'd be quite big.
I think you
quite
could mix
big.
that in with some shots and mix that in easily.
Yeah.
Again, everyone's space. When you have space is the enemy of the collector. We keep talking about this. If you got a detail shelf or something like that, you know, you can mix those in. And, you know, and I've got what I've been going with 3-0. I love the 3-0 detail. And I mean, I've been able to sit there and I'll throw in this, you know, that guy in there with the other ones. I think that's fine depending on which transformer you're messing with. So I kind of like the scale difference there. But I mean, I also, because again, Laser Pants, I'll blame on this one for his sin, is I end up getting that Shining because I was like, oh, there's a sound wave in that one. Well, now I got to buy this. And now my other sin's going to be tonight when I'm like, well, if I don't get that Chase Soundwave, crap. Talib, do you know a good place I can buy a Chase Soundwave
not
from?
to sound like a shill, but that was a hell of a setup. If you check out Collecticon Toys and use FFC 10 on your purchase, you can get 10% off.
Interesting. Well, thanks.
And he sells figures individually, so he might have that Chase in stock.
And by the way, before Talib was an official shill, by the way, he was only pre-shilling because we were talking about the Devastator. Because like, man, I love me a good Devastator. And when you were showing me those kits, and you're like, hey, man, this guy sells them individually. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, they're just a fun figure, man. So yeah, a lot of people have been going around. We've been playing with them. Like I said, anybody that was in my hotel room over DFW was like, what's this guy in this Pelican case? And opened them up. I was like, yeah, play with them, man. And they were like, wow, this is cool. You know, and how much was it? I think this guy at my local comic book store was $19.99 in my local shop, but I also got 20% off. So go to your local stores. Not to, you know, we're shilling, right? But also support your local businesses too.
And the funny thing is, as like me, Avi, and Anna were just kind of talking about how to do this show, I wanted to implement other people that are in this space because how it's just ran through. Like, you might not even care as much about Transformers or collect Transformers, but this is like hit this niche or this spot in your soul to where you want to buy them.
Well, not only that, but I mean, I suck at model kits. Okay, in fact, I've got one of the Gundam model kits. Like it's not an HG, I want to say, but anyway, it's not going well. I will tell you that. It doesn't need glue, but I've already deformed the arms, putting this little easily snap arm in. These are so easy. I mean, in 43 minutes for me to put her together, and that's with me goofing off and making Roll Keeper do all the work because I'm only a guest mod, really. And I'm drinking. Good job, Dan. Shout out to Dan doing the Lord's work as mods go here. But yeah, I mean, it was 43 minutes and it was fun. You know, it's satisfying too. ASMR, it's a thing. You get that little snap, it just gets it in there. So yeah, I love these things. So you know, you can absolve me of my sins, but I'm going to keep doing it.
More like we're validating your sins and just bringing you into the club.
We're having everybody confess their sins, but I mean, we're still enabling it.
But it's worth it. It's so fun. If you like Transformers, or go get one. Go to Walmart and pick one up. If you're like, I don't know, well, then just go get one. Yeah. Get a random one, put it together. You're either going to like it right off the bat or you're not.
And that's one thing I would suggest. If you're on the fence and go to Walmart. I mean, they're like $5, and you can get one of the Galaxy class. You can try it out. If you like it, then start digging deeper.
Yeah, or get your favorite. Like immediately, I was like, I gotta begin my local comic shop. I was like, oh, you've got the deluxe version. You got this classic class. Let me get the classic class. I'm waiting on the action class, right? Am I saying that?
Yeah. No,
Wait on the action class. They're supposed to get them this week. They were supposed to get him at DFW, and I kept calling. His name is Jason, a good, strong, manly name. And I'm like, hey, man. And so he knew my number when it came up. And so I call him. He'd go, they're not in yet. I'm like, come on. And he said, well, I got more for you. I called up my Blokees rep, and they said, what order? He's like, what do you mean, what order? He's like, you don't have my order put in yet? So then he's like, can I still put an order in? He's like, oh, yeah, we can still do the order. He's like, okay, well, now increase it till I can't remember how many cases that he ended up getting. Because everybody at their shop, they want Soundwave. I want Soundwave. I think they're getting a couple each. So I think he asked for like 16 of those things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, and it seemed like they've done reissues like that Galaxy class wave that I got. They're wrapped different. Some of them are getting individually wrapped, and before they weren't. And then, really? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of like,
I've seen like on Show Z where they've been sold out and then they've done a restock. So I don't know if those are just like
they're doing like a second print maybe or something like that. Like, or maybe China had some excess, maybe.
Possibly.
But I was kind of like Anna on some of the Blokees where it's like, if it's too cartoon-like, it just wasn't for me. You know, where I like that, you know, was this the Shining version 2, I think. Like Shining version 2, that'll work for me. And the Galaxy one off the Transformers cartoon, Transformers one. I was like, even though I haven't seen the movie, I really like the designs of these, and these weren't too cartoony at all. So I was like, okay, those are cool. Now that said, should I watch Transformers 1?
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually good. It's actually good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, is that my sin? I haven't watched Transformers 1.
I think so. For years, we had Transformers movies that were absolute trash. That we had to drag our friends and significant others to and be like, oh yeah, it'll be fun. And they're just like, we're watching an abhorrent film that makes no sense. How is this fun? It's like, but there's robots. They don't get it. Now with Transformers 1, you can be like, oh yeah, this is a legitimate, decent movie that isn't horrible.
Yeah. Bumblebee. I liked Bumblebee.
Bumblebee is also.
Who is the worst Transformer ever, by the way?
Ooh.
Hot take.
Anna, by the way, I have, if no one knows this because I talk about it all the time. Maybe, I don't know if I do or not. So my car, 2022, Dodge Challenger, Scat Patch, Haircut. Okay. So I immediately debadged mine, and I got Decepticon emblems. I immediately slapped them on there. And I pulled up. It was before I got my car. I didn't have the logos on yet. And I pulled up next to a Camaro that had the Autobot emblem slapped on his and his gas cap too. And I'm like, oh, we were both going different ways because I was trying to get him to roll down his windows. I'm like, yeah, you're driving the worst Transformer ever. Yeah. But Transformer fans, by the way, also in the wild are also awesome, man. Anybody I've had that parked my car, got gas, or seen somebody on the road, they've got, a Transformer logo. They got a Decepticon logo. And they're all, they're waving. It's just awesome. It's an awesome community.
Well, Zakanan, I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for being here.
Keep buying Blokees. I'll absolve your sins for tonight.
I appreciate that.
Thanks for joining. Is there anything you'd like to pimp before you leave?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm on every show known to mankind. So the only thing right now that I've got coming up for sure is Figure It Out. Will be on Mikey's channel, JMK Custom Works, this Thursday. He's already guest on Figure Fight Club, Chris with Grindhouse Toys. So he's going to be on. Was he a guest? I thought he was
supposed to be on, and then he had to back out last minute.
Oh, is that what happened?
Something came
Okay,
up.
because I was like, Abby gets everybody. Abby's got all the guests, right? I'm
Yeah.
always getting sloppy thirds and fourths, which I appreciate, by the way. I'll take them. But yeah, he's going to be on Thursday, so we're going to do that. And then I got my show, Rumble and Ranting, on, Monday. Who knows what I'm going to do there, but I appreciate you having me on, brother. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. It was fun.
All right, Anna, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Take care. So, Anna, we have another sinner in the background that needs to confess their sins. And this sinner actually was the first one to respond back to me. So, Avi at Ace from Ramen Toy. How you doing, sir?
Man.
Good.
Yeah,
to meet
thanks for
you,
having me
Ace.
on.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi. Yeah, thank
Hard
you.
at work right now, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm at the factory right now.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, I was surprised that I was the first sinner to get back to you.
Yeah, yeah. I might.
Okay.
You might get blessed better than some of these other sinners that have showed up.
All right.
So
Honored by
the,
high-profile sinners.
Yeah. I know we did a live stream a while back. I think it was like one of the Figure Fight Club's open mic nights, and you came on and explained about Blokees. You even put more details on the whole Devastator kit, and I was just surprised how big you were into Blokees. So, I mean, if you could kind of just share a little synopsis of, how you got into Blokees.
Well, guys, so my first Blokee is actually this guy right here. Okay, he's my very first Blokee. And again, I found this in China. I'm in China, right? So I was just looking around the shops looking for stuff, and then this is available. And I was looking, I was like, okay, this is obviously a Lego-ish brick style kind of figure. So I just checked out. So I just bought one, from the box, blind box, and I got is this Thundercracker? Right, Thundercracker. All right. So
Yep.
It's come and it's come a long way since this guy, because obviously, this guy wave one, right? It came with a different base, a smaller base than what you would see from currently like the Shining version. So I got my first Blokee, and then I didn't really think much of it. It was there on my shelf, and that's it. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, I saw what is all these Shining versions, right? What is all these that has a light, I think, right? A light in it. So Shining version again. I was like doing the blind box thing, and then luckily I got Prime. That was good, because who doesn't want Prime, right? So I thought I would stop there. I got Prime, that's it. But wait a minute, then came Singapore Comic Con back in December, and then wait a minute, they got these smaller guys, right? And then they were actually giving this away for free if you just simply like their Instagram page, right? Follow them on Instagram, and then you got a little thing free. And I was thinking, okay,
nice.
these guys are really simple. Okay, I wouldn't think too much of it. It's so simple that I would rather prefer to collect the bigger, more detailed versions of the Blokees. Okay, but then as I was going through the shops again in China, I found that wait a minute, they've got more like Devastator parts. Okay, and then from here I found that they actually had the whole combiner thing as a campaign, whereby if you scan the QR codes on all these little cards that is included with the figure, you get to go online and then redeem your Devastator parts. And that got me scrambling, because wait a minute, the first wave, I didn't get it. How should I now get the first wave? So I backtrack onto the little, it's like an eBay in China, but not so eBay, not so evil. It's all good. So I went to the Taobao, right? It's called Taobao, and then I found the first wave. So apparently, what they did was kind of smart as well. They got wave one with one figure, they got wave two with 2 figures, and then they got wave 3 with 3 figures, right? So I got everything assembled over here, right? Everything's there, and then lo and behold, Blokees sent me the Devastator set. So this is the first. I think this is the first for any collector to see that there's actually this official box from Blokees, right? So I'm going to be opening right now on live stream to show you. Okay, so
Anna
there we
is
go.
so jealous right now because
I am so
she
jealous right
cannot
now.
get that.
I'm so jealous.
We'll see how we can help you out. Okay, so opening up right for the first time, and
It's exclusive, folks. This is how
There you go.
send properly.
Look at
there you go. There you go. The Devastator sets. All right.
Ooh.
So I'll be able to combine this with my Devastator, and I'll be able to form Devastator. So yeah, that's
Yep.
my set so far.
Well,
And that's-
congratulations.
And that's a nice kit
you.
because I was one of the lucky few to get one out of Show Z. So
There you
I was
go.
able to
There you
get
go.
my Devastator.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your favorite one? Is it that Optimus Prime?
Actually, no, because I don't really fancy the way they design Optimus in this format. And then same thing here, I don't know, something about the design of Optimus that they have done for the style doesn't quite match with me. In fact, I like the Megatron better, right? So Megatron is definitely a better design for me by the Blokees guys. And then I think I'm leaning towards the Decepticons. It seems that the Decepticons are better designed than the Autobots for the Blokees for some reason.
Everybody loves the bad guys.
Yeah, Soundwave is amazing with the metallic blue, and then you have Starscream. I think is there one with the crown and everything, or is there some other? Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know if there's a Coronation Starscream.
Yeah,
If not, I'm sure ones do.
maybe I'm referring to the
Oldies.
the Oldies. Yeah. Yep. So basically, if they can do this for Devastator, Constructicons, I can't wait for them to do like a Superion, a Manosaur. They must do it. They have to do it. They got us hooked on.
And hopefully they find a way to do it to where it's easier for people in the States to get access to it.
Yeah.
And I've heard through the grapevine that Blokees is trying to get that Devastator kit out to the States.
They should.
So,
They should.
Yeah.
It's money on the table. It's money on the table that apparently Hasbro is not allowing them to make because they're coming up with some licensing restrictions. There's a Transformer. That's just BS, in my opinion. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think I would say it's probably 100% with all of us collectors that collect these would agree with that statement. So I know you're working right now. So if there's anything else you'd like to finish off with, and we'll part ways. We'll allow you to continue to sin with Blokees, sir.
All right. So, thanks for having me on for these few minutes. I appreciate the time, Talib and Anna. And then, basically just keep on blocking because this is a great line. And show them the support. The support from the fans is what's needed for manufacturers to go on to the next level. So keep on blocking.
Thank you, sir.
So nice to meet you, Ace.
Yep.
Thank you. Nice to you. Same here.
Take care, sir. Have a good one.
All right. Cheerios.
Take care.
So, Anna, I can't remember if I told you that we were going to have Ace on.
Oh, you did?
But,
you did?
Okay,
I
okay.
was just still, it's cool. It's cool
Yeah,
to actually have a toy designer.
Right. Yeah, it was, and like I said, he was one of the first people to respond. So that blew me away because I just messaged him out of the blue and he responded very quickly. So appreciate Ace popping in. So I think we got some more centers on the deck.
Yeah, we do. And it's getting late into the night. We don't want the true sins to come out.
Right.
Laying my chips on the table.
It's Stu.
5 Blokees in. Wheeljack was my latest.
I have that.
Orion packs. What is it? BB 77945 something like that? Or B127.
That's right. No, you had it right the first time.
And of course, Abby's favorite, the Sentinel Prime, the Don Draper.
I want that Sentinel Prime. Of all the figures that's in that box, that Sentinel Prime looks the best, I think.
I don't know, man. The precog. That sounds like the Minority Report, but the precog Megatron is pretty awesome as well.
It is. It's nice.
I like that. Yeah, and you know what's great about the Blokees thing was it got me to watch that movie Transformers 1. You know, that trailer for it didn't do anything with the way that movie was marketed.
Yep.
Didn't do anything for me. Once I got one of these open, I was like, all right, I got to check out this movie so I know what these characters are. And I was really impressed with it. I thought it was great, and it's a shame that they're not going to continue on with that version or that progress of those movies.
It's a real shame,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, but you know, just we'll get some more big celebrity voiced, big cars and all that stuff. But you know, down the road. But I'm very happy to be part of the Blocky gang. It's I don't feel any shame being a sinner in this Blocky universe, and I say bring them all on. Bring on the Autobots. Bring on the Decepticons. All of them. Bring them. I'm totally on board. I'm looking at our friends, Beachcomber. I need to get myself a Beachcomber, one of my favorite of all time. I'll echo everyone else has been saying it, but Soundwave, of course, is my all-time favorite. But Beachcomber, I would love to see a Sea Spray. That'd be a good one. And any of the other ones. And obviously the what Ace had just said about the Superion, the Air Raid and all that. That was the one that I had as a kid, the aerial bots. And I remember I've seen one of the neighbors had thrown away the box, the five pack, and I was so jealous. I was like, I couldn't fit, and I was a kid, I didn't know, so I couldn't go over and play it at the house. So, but yeah, I'm very happy to be a sinner, and I'm going to continue to buy them and find them. I was mad my local comic book shop doesn't have them. So right now I just been buying them at the old Wally Mart, but looking to be purchasing from our friends elsewhere, and maybe even have to go online to import them from another country if I have to. So I'm all down for that.
Well, as much as it looks like we're trying to make it bad that you're a sinner with Blockies,
sinning. If sinning is wrong, I don't want to be right. I'll be left. Thanks, guys.
Anything you want to tout before you head back to the green room?
Preview of tomorrow's picture.
Oh, nice.
And here's a little tranquility for you all too. And it's not the golden. That won't turn you into gold. That lake, that lagoon. So enjoy yourselves. That's Stu for lunch at Instagram. And you all have a great day. I'll see you on the chat rooms down the road. And tomorrow night on Tuesday
Thanks, Stu.
night.
Thanks for joining. Pleasure talking with you. Like always.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Peace.
I think we got a few more centers left. I think we're down to two or three.
Yeah.
Oh, and who do we have in the chat? Oh, I thought I saw somebody in. There we go. Welcome.
Hi. Woo, look at you.
Holding up your lamp, Soundwave. I'll hold up mine.
Yeah, yours is a little more impressive. So
yeah.
we have Sarah, who has a trophy of the Soundwave I've been doing very poorly. I guess I could have popped his head off. So it would have been a little more accurate, right?
Yeah,
rip his head off, and it's so much. Yeah, there we go.
The little ball kind of leaves a
little glowy ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Best in Show cosplay trophy from BotCon this year.
So, oh, congratulations!
Thank you. I won with Starscream.
Congratulations, nice. And good to have you.
And good to be
BotCon was when you really started taking a descent into the Blockies, right?
Oh no, I've been into Blockies since last year. And actually, I have my first guy here. This is the one who got me into it. It's Tarn.
It was Tarn.
It's Tarn. I was at the local Comic-Con, and my friends, they know if they see Transformers, they have to tell me. And they're like, "Yo, Sarah, there's Tarn." And so I bought the entire set that he came in.
Was that
And
6?
he actually, I have it right here. He is 4.
Okay.
So I bought the entire set, and then at another Comic-Con, I bought sets 1 and 2. I have them sitting over to the side. And then at BotCon, I don't know if you could really see, but I have a tower of classics and both
Wow.
action Megatron and Soundwave. I bought them all at BotCon.
Nice.
This is a classic case of sinning. For sure.
And Anna, I know you mentioned earlier that you've been looking for Ultra Magnus. Well, I have one. If you would like him.
You do.
Yep, I have
know
him labeled
you.
Ultra Magnus. So you just let me know. He's yours if you want him.
We shall communicate. That is awesome. I never expected to make a Ultra Magnus connection tonight.
Well, like
Nice.
I believe in the philosophy. If I want just a couple of the set, I'm not gonna try my luck with blind boxes. I'm gonna buy the whole set and then distribute the ones that do not please me as much to those who will give them good homes. I have a friend who wants all the Constructicons, so I've been, passing them along to her.
Nice.
And I out of all of my sets, I only have one chaser, and it's Shockwave.
Ooh, that's a
that
popular
looks
one. Right?
nice,
People
too.
love that one.
Yeah, he's really nice. So
Sounds real good on that one.
I will say, between everyone we've talked to, the consensus feels that buying the case is the way to go. And then, like you just mentioned, Sarah, if you want to trade, if you don't want everything, now you have trade bait.
Exactly. Well, it's like I saw it a lot at BotCon. A lot of the vendors were going up because Blokees had a booth there, and they were going and they were just buying individual ones and not getting the ones they wanted, so they would put them up for sale at a discount at their table.
Smart.
And it's like, why not just get the whole set? Then you get what you want, and you have more to sell.
Yep.
So, but
No,
no,
that's fantastic.
I'm all in for Blokees.
And you're making it positive too. You're taking your Blokees sins and then you're spreading them to others through kindness.
Yeah.
But then you're also spreading it like a plague. So it's perfect. You're doing the good work and the evil work.
That's how being in the Transformer space is you have to spread it to people who aren't there. Like I've gotten, all of my friends are now, at least they have a toe in Transformers. They know enough about Transformers to be like, "Hey Sarah, that's a Transformer," and it's just like, yes, you're right.
It's like a delicious disease.
Could Blokees be the thing that brings life back into Transformers, like the 2007 Bayverse movie?
I think so. I mean, they're really easy to get into. I have quite a few friends who aren't really that deep into Transformers. Like, they know what they are. Like, it's part of the zeitgeist. But I've been getting messages from them going, "Hey, I picked up these little blind box thingies, and they're really fun to put together. Who is this guy?" So,
and you're like, "Well, here," and then you just go into it, right?
Yeah, it's just like, do you want the long explanation or do you want the short one? How much time do you have?
Right.
That's a good point though, because Transformers doesn't really have a nice cheap price point entry point right now. Right? Like, because I mean, even the kids line still don't really have anything under $10 right now. And Blokees is a nice way to just kind of like find one at Walmart and be like, "Ooh, Transformers is fun. I'll get a thing." And yeah, it works. And like, if you're the type of person who wanders into toy aisles in department stores, which I have a feeling people in this current chat right now probably are those type of people, you'll notice that blind box figures have become all the freaking rage, right? Like, they are just everywhere. Everyone's blind boxing. So this is actually like quite more appealing than a lot of the blind box figures. A lot of the blind box figures are really trash. And these are not trash. These are actually like decent quality items.
Oh yeah. Like I'm more consistent into like the anime convention scene, but even there, I'm starting to see Blokees at anime conventions. And they're in there next to the other anime blind boxes, and you'll see the anime blind boxes, there's one or two missing, but the Blokees are like empty. Like you've got people who aren't in Transformers picking up Blokees, so it's like, give us more Blokees.
So, and I think it's something we brought up last week. Like we want kids to get into toys again, because then that was what keeps it for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're blind boxes, check. They get to build it like a Lego, check.
Mm-hmm.
They're low price point, check. Get kids involved, and then us adults can get more toys through that.
Yeah, exactly. Like my nieces are getting into this because they like the model building part, and it's actually been decided that we're getting one of them the action Soundwave for Christmas because she's fallen in love with Soundwave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous. You get that action Soundwave early by being at BotCon. I saw you posting about that. I was like, ooh.
Oh yeah, he was so fun to put together. Him in the cassettes is so nice. I would get them down, but they're on a shelf that I need a ladder to get to.
Don't worry.
Otherwise,
I'll
I
have them
keep
as soon
trying
as
to
I
pose
can.
them,
As soon as I find one, it'll come home with me.
That's my plan as well. Hopefully, my local shop gets them.
But
Well,
yeah,
so glad
no,
you could join us tonight.
Yeah, I'm so. Thanks for the invite, Anna.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. And
is there anything like you would like to promote? I mean, you did show off your trophy that you won for BotCon. Any like socials or anything like that before you leave?
Oh no, I'm not active on socials.
Okay.
I mean, I designed this pillow. It's Starscream.
It's fun.
I thought you had your knee up and it was like your pajama pants.
No, it's a pillow.
That's cool. I like that.
I have crowns and
I mean, if you can't tell, I like Starscream. So, but yeah,
Well,
thank you for having me.
If you're sitting for Blockies, Starscream would be your best mascot. That's for sure.
Oh, I have the classic edition and the Galaxy edition of him. So
nice.
Surely there'll be an action edition Starscream, right? Like it's gonna
there has
happen.
to be. There has to be. We have the rest of the. We got Megatron and Soundwave.
But Anna, I think your favorite character, Bumblebee, will be next.
I don't know. The Decepticons are more popular, at least among my friends.
Right.
As you can see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the show pays homage to the Decepticons, right?
Right? Right.
So. But yeah, thanks, Sarah. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Good to have you. Love the trophy.
Yeah.
Love the trophy.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right.
Good night.
See you, Sarah.
Anna, I believe we have one more center left.
We do. We do. An excited center.
Yeah.
Ready to spread the word of Sen.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah. Yo, not right, man.
We now return to the Transformers.
Who do we have? Could that
from the darkness?
Could that intro alluded to something?
I'm here for absolution. I need it. I'm seeking it from you, Father Talib. You have shown me the error of my ways.
Good luck with that. You're so deep.
I don't know if you have a solution for me, but I can definitely tell you I have sinned in many ways when it comes to Blokees. But I feel really weird. I feel like this is a conflict of interest. You guys have been so nice to me with all this Collecticon stuff. I mean, it's me. That's me. I'm the guy. So
well, I mean everybody's saying turn your camera on.
It is
we
on,
can't
isn't
see
it?
you. No, we don't see
we
you.
can't see you.
I see me in
That's
the,
strange.
but not
Oh,
on the
Jax.
not on the YouTube feed.
Right.
Not on there.
That's
I really
not
wish
good.
we could. Oh, ooh.
Oop, we're flat. Your flash, whatever you did, was kind of working.
Is that so, am I there?
Not yet.
What
No.
the heck? Maybe I can. I mean, that's really a bummer.
But you sound great.
Yeah, your voice comes through perfectly.
Well, that's good because
There
Oh,
you are.
hey,
There you
all I did was
are.
I just changed the source and went it back, sent it back. So I was praying earlier. You missed it, everybody. I'm sorry.
So
I'm
as
trying
you were
to play
saying,
into the shtick.
no,
Welcome.
that's good. As you were saying, it's a conflict of interest, somewhat.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just want to talk about the Blokees, but yeah,
Please do talk about the Blokees.
Yeah.
I sell
You're
them.
all in on collecting them too. Like yes, you do offer them in your shop, but yes, you also have.
Well,
You're dedicated.
Let's just dive in. Why don't we? Right? I mean, here's a nice one. Here's our buddy Starscream.
You're familiar with that character, right?
Series 2 comes with the Megatron gun. Very nice. Not a chase of any kind. Just the lovable Starscream.
Good.
But there's more than one Starscream. Then there's a gold one.
Ooh.
This comes in one of those. I mean, I was actually impressed that the first guy, Ish, he had like the gold ones. You know, those come in those are the annual like gift sets. And that's when I first got into this. Is a friend of mine's like, "Oh, did you know this gift set's on BBTS? It's actually pretty cheap. Go get it." And I was like, "Well, it's got Starscream in it. I guess I better get one." And this is one of the those. I'm gonna talk all over myself, but like those sets are shining versions. Those like they're called like the New Year sets. They've only done 2 of them. They did one for 2024, which is the one that Starscream's in, and they did a recent one for 2025. And it's a set of 5 dudes that come in this premium giant box set, and it's all there's nothing blind about it. You know what you're getting, but they're like Anna showed. These are the shining ones. You know, they light up.
What makes that
This is
cool?
the first one. This is actually the first one I got, and I was like, "Whoa, this is neat." But the best thing that no one has mentioned about Blokees, they're pieces, right?
Ooh, yeah.
You can do whatever you want with them. For instance, I have a Starscream most people don't. I have black Robot Master Starscream that I built out of Skywarp parts and Thundercracker parts and Starscream parts. So you can make like all the custom game on Blokees is out of control if you're on the Reddit. So I recommend checking that out because people are getting really creative, making some awesome stuff. And I also went all the way and I made Black Death Starscream from G2. This is an unreleased.
Oh yeah,
it's still bullshit. You know, it's a part. I do a fair amount of customs, but I really like part swap customs because you're like not damaging anything. Like you could always put it back if you really wanted to. So there's no paint required here. And so I added the Nemesis Prime guns on them because did you know that Nemesis Prime is the only Blokie that actually has jet black parts? The rest of them all have like a gray, and you can kind of see here on the legs. See the feet, and the back. What do you want to call those? Leg? I don't know. The calf. You know, the calf is actually black, and the rest of it's all kind of gray. And I think I took the Nemesis Prime hands and the forearms there. So yeah, I just wanted to point out you can make some cool stuff out of them.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was wondering. What was it? Because now I'm seeing more and more people doing like their own customizations, and they've made Superion from just customizing other Blokees. They're doing it with Devastator too, where they're just kind of kit bashing and making their own little Devastator.
Have you seen the Centaur Blokees?
No.
No, that's the whole thing. So
I'm gonna have to look for those.
But this guy is great. This guy is amazing. I think he's my fit. I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but I love this is the Series 7. This is the new one.
Series 7's looking real good. I kind of want more. I don't really want those characters, but I kind of want more of them just because they're good.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it's the only way to get the missing Decepticons. And this is just the two classes next to each other. This is my first classic class that I've built.
That's a good one to start on.
This is like a serious model kit. I mean, not serious, maybe. That's probably
Yeah.
what the action class is. But, these are fun. These are like entry level, just easy to build. I mean, I'm just echoing everything everyone else has said tonight. But these are a step up. These are like legit model kits if you're into that. Just like what Anna has up there. I'm sorry,
for
my
a kit
lighting is so
person-
awful.
Oh, yeah. For a kit person, these are real light. But for a not kit person, these might be a little bit of a surprise because they come on the sprues and everything.
Now that I built Shockwave and Soundwave as well. Now that I've built a few of them, I'm like, oh, this is nothing. This is pretty easy.
They're super fun.
Well, it's like I've said a few times, even not like in Decepticast or like there's a big separation between action figure fans and Transformer fans. And these have brought everybody together. It's amazing. It's because
they've done what the red
Yeah.
red figures could not do, what they tried to do with red.
It's funny because red is, roughly the same price point as the classic class, right? Like they were in that 20 to 25 range, and they're bigger, right? And they're like honestly more animation accurate, but they're just worse. They're not great toys, the red figures are. They've got the look, some of them do. Some of them got the look down really good, like Megatron and Soundwave got the look really well. But then, like, they feel rubbery, they don't move so good, they're kind of like, they're all the same size, they just got issues. And these guys are just better toys, even though they're smaller and kind of their own style of accuracy.
Well, then something that I've heard throughout this thing tonight is, the Blokees are improving. They're upping the game. Like when the first Series 7 one I opened was Elita 1, and I built it, and I was like, oh no, oh my god, they really changed the whole thing.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of ab crunch going.
She's got all new parts. Like I don't know any parts that have been reused on her, and it's a totally different build than everything else. And I kind of got worried because I'm like, they just made all the other ones obsolete. But then I built the rest of them, and they're all like kind of in the same spectrum as the rest of the Blokees. But that is a cool. If you're into Blokees, like Elita 1 is your first taste of maybe what's coming, whatever it is.
So.
I have no idea, but clearly they are Blokees themselves is like, yes, this is working. Let's keep improving upon this, which means you wouldn't do that if it wasn't selling like gangbusters, because you just wouldn't have the money.
And then these other properties they're picking up, whatever they've designed for those could be implemented in Transformers.
I haven't really mucked around with the rest of them. I did recently pick up some of the Sesame Street ones just to see if people want them, because like I like the brand. Like I'm like, oh, maybe I should branch out to the other things, because Collecticon Toys is like purely a Transformers store, and official mostly. It's like 99% official stuff. But I don't, thank you for all the promotion and all that stuff today. Thanks everybody if you made an order or checked me out, that's cool. I really appreciate it. But I just want to talk about the toys.
Do you have either of your like really hard to get Blokees?
Well,
on you?
I told you I have a few sins. I need to.
I want to see
absolved
those sins.
I know of one.
Yes.
Turn away your eyes, folks.
There we go. I can see it.
This is the mark of the beast. This is Pink Pony Prime, the first of the ultra rare. I mean, I don't know how long you guys have been collecting Transformers, but we've gone a long time without having to worry about China. China's in the game again, and we are in trouble because these are exclusive to China and events in China. And this was the first harbinger of doom. I don't know if you have paid attention, because some of this stuff hasn't even gotten front paged on TFW. They are going hog wild. I think almost every mold is going to have some crazy release like this, because now they have Soundwave.
And
they
Starscream.
have well, that's the worst one now. They got that silver tracker.
Yeah.
They got, because they have a club in China. Like I think Ace was talking about like using the QR codes. Like, I didn't know about that, and he pulls out liquid gold out of a box. I'm like, oh my god, what a lucky guy.
Yep.
He
was one of the first people to talk about that prior to that. That was one of the reasons why I sent him an invite, because I was hoping you could explain that more.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a different game over there now. Like, we're in trouble. We're in real trouble, because I don't think that stuff is coming anywhere near the United States. But I have found my, again, I've sinned. I have found ways to grab hold of the objects of my desire. So soon I shall have them all. But they are not cheap. They're not cheap in China. I mean, so now this is what it's like when someone in Asia or Japan wants a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that's sold out, or something that was like mail order in the United States only, or is only at Walmart. Or actually, that stuff has kind of gotten better, because the exclusives in Walmart or Target seem to be like dispersed in other platforms outside of North America. But yeah, this Prime is hot to go. Faux show.
Have you figured out how to get that Starscream or Soundwave yet?
The Starscream, no. And obviously that's the one that I really want.
I think I tried doing Google Translate. I think they made it sound like if you enter this competition, and then you can have access to it. Is what it sounded like.
It sounds like someone who entered that competition is going to make a lot of money off me.
Of all the characters too, to be that as difficult as the Starscream one.
Yeah, you had to know it's coming. But
right.
Well, here's the thing about. I just want to quick rattle off the breakdown stuff, like of the chases and all that stuff. Right. So let's start with the Galaxy. Since the Galaxy, I know it's like in the middle now, but like Galaxy is like the main bread and butter for Blokees. So there's the concept of a master case. So that's how someone like me buys Blokees. I buy them in master cases. So a master case of Galaxy Force is 4 cases of 9. And within one of those 4 cases will be the chase. Every time. So, like if people were saying, if you go to a comic shop, you're kind of just gambling, because they might have had 2 cases out and just been like, oh, let's consolidate it down because everyone bought the randos. So you have just no idea. Same thing at Walmart. Like, I have pulled a chase from Walmart. I bought one and I got the Blue Optimus. I was like, what in the hell? This is insane. But like Walmart is. Actually, on some of the stores, they have the cases on the top. Like, you could just pluck out the case. I don't know what happens if you scan the case.
All right, I'll let you know. So I tried scanning the case. It wouldn't scan. It said unavailable or not here. I asked the Walmart guy. I was like, hey, I can't find that scan, because I was like, maybe it's not in the system. Maybe I can get a good deal.
Did you see?
Because I know, right? So he's like. He was about to scan it. He's like, oh, no, we sell these individually. And he started unwrapping the plastic off of it. I'm like, all right, fine. But they had 3 cases still sealed, wrapped in plastic.
So they probably had a master case in the back, and they're just like popping it open. And maybe they threw one out, and they're like, what is the stuff doing back here? Threw the rest out the next day or something.
Yeah, because I had went to a Walmart that had some, and they were gone. So I was like, surely not everybody's bought those up. Maybe they put them on clearance and got rid of them. Wasn't in the clearance area. So that was why in my head I was thinking maybe I could get these cases for cheap because they're not there anymore. But then now I've seen more Blokees at that same Walmart, but they didn't have any.
Well, I was asking if you sinned because I wondered if you somehow got away with them scanning like 1 barcode and getting all 9, which would be pretty rude.
No,
don't do that.
Pretty evil.
Because here's another thing about the Walmart thing. If anyone knows anything about retail and Walmart and how they play the game, like they went to Blokees and they remember that case, that like display thing that was hanging at some stores. They just like did a special. It was like a special PDQ, Please Destroy Quickly, of Series 1 Blokees. It was a really nice hanging thing that they would put on the end cap.
Yeah.
And like I found a few. I just bought the whole thing because I wanted the end cap. Right. More than anything. I could not believe that they were selling them for like $5, because that means Blokees is getting a or that means Walmart twisted the arm and said, we're only going to sell these if we get them at this price, which no one else can have ever. Because it's just especially after tariff time. I mean, forget it. I'm talking they might have gotten those for $1 a piece if they're selling them for $4 to $5. Like that's the only way.
Right, and that was inside. And that was one of the things I mentioned. Like, if you want an entry point, do that. Then get hooked. If that hooks you, then go elsewhere to find the rest.
Well, the Defenders get confusing because the Defenders they changed the whole dynamic. So there's so many chases. There's two levels of chases. There's the super chases, and then there's like the shine.
Right.
There's something that annoys me about Blokees is they use the same words all the time. Shining, galaxy, and it's like galaxy special type is the regular metallic chase for the Defenders. But so in every case, a master case for the Defenders is six cases of 12. And in each case of 12 is either a metallic chase or a super duper chase. And it's either, but then not only is it just one, there's two, right? So there's like Anna said, it's either your Bumblebee is either regular and your Soundwave is special or super special, or your Soundwave is regular and your Bumblebee is one of the other two. And so now they used to sell the master cases as cases of 12. So you got everything. You got one of each chase and a bunch of the other metallic chases and then a bunch of the regulars. But now they only sell them master cases in 6. So I got a bunch of master cases of Defenders, and all I got was super chase Bumblebees, and I was very upset about that. But Anna helped me out, so that was sweet.
I bought one to get the super chase Starscream. Lucky me.
Yep. And then the shining ones, which are a little more expensive, they changed the breakdown there. It's only 6. You get 6 master cases, 6 figures per each case, and 1 chase. So they're a little harder to get. But what happens is the non-chase versions of the chase toys become more valuable too, because they're harder to find and they're always like a character you want, like Shockwave and Soundwave and Optimus. So
I really like this clear Shockwave too, and he's just a regular one. He's one of my favorites from that wave.
Well, that probably means in Defender 3 he'll probably be regular,
Right.
So, and I think a guy from BotCon is helping Blokees with the character selection, like I don't know, what do you call it?
Yeah,
he's like a consultant to them to tell them what to do. So that's where you're getting all the shattered glass stuff. That's where you're getting the IDW stuff, which is super cool. Like that IDW Megatron is awesome. That and the minor Megatron, that is like, and the Tarn, Little known fact: the Shining Tarn has his unmasked face.
No,
so it is special. It is good.
Nice.
To get. Anyways, that's Blocky Land. I love them. They're great.
No, I mean that's good information because me and Anna was kind of stumbling through some of that.
We don't know the exactitudes.
Right.
Well, when you've opened 2,000 Blockies individually, you kind of get to know them. So that's just sort of the deal.
How's that glue on those box tops?
Hate it. Series 4 had the best glue. It was just you could pop them, and Series 1 of Defender was like gummy glue. You could like open it if you like just put tension on it, and then you could close it again and it would reclose. It was great. You didn't have to rip anything, but those days are gone.
Yeah.
I think I agree. I saw what you saw. I got a recent restock, and they individually wrap some of them now, and I think it's because of the Walmart thing. Because people,
probably
they're making them slightly harder to like steal. Because that's what people do.
Yeah. So World Keeper wants IDW Wreckers and he needs a guzzle.
Who's
deep
to say?
Cut in, but they might do it. You never know.
Yeah.
They do some deep cuts.
Especially if there's similar parts between one and the other.
Yeah,
the Defender Hot Rod is absolutely amazing. It's the best Defender yet.
Yeah.
That's
he's good,
real good. I'm surprised they released that guy in Defender before they would make him a little bigger, but
right. or any of the movie characters, because they haven't really done that many 86
Not a
movie
lot now.
characters.
Yeah, just Magnus. No
They haven't even
Galvatron.
done an
yet.
RC yet or a Springer.
Yeah. Oh man, maybe they'll do just a whole. They're doing these themed sets, right? It'd be awesome if they did a Transformers the movie one and then big Unicron somewhere along the way. Come on, bring it.
A Build-A-Figure Unicron.
As long as they can actually get it to the United States.
Right.
Get it to us.
I could talk about Blokees forever, but Father Talib, thank you for having me.
No, thanks for
appreciate
joining. I appreciate everybody that joined this evening, and I'm glad.
A lot of
you
cool
got to
people
come
on this
on.
show. This is a good show. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Like,
This
You're
was
congratulated for your sons. Congratulations.
I can't do it without Anna, that's for sure. And this was a fun show to plan as well.
Oh, is that your name,
It's-
Anna? I've never met you. That's
Yeah,
nice
I
to meet you.
know.
I love
It's
Red
nice to
Dead.
finally meet you after all these years.
You same.
Before you leave, is there anything you like to tout that we haven't been touting?
I mean, you guys have done such a good job. I kind of feel rude, you know, but like, it's at Collecticon everywhere, not collection. Collecticon, please, like, try to get it right. Anyone, we're at show. We'll be at TFCon, and we'll be selling every Blocky that exists individually. That doesn't mean they'll
October?
be cheap,
November?
but they'll be there. That will be in end of October, Chicago.
Octo,
We will be
yep.
there, and we're gonna be slamming. And
TFCon happens on my birthday, so everybody should check it out.
ooh, maybe
I'll be
throw
there.
you a party. And so, but if I had to promote one thing, it's maybe this is cringy, but like I'm doing Whatnot shows right now, and I do sell Blocky. Like I have had entire Blocky shows, and those were great. So check out at Collecticon on Whatnot, and maybe you'll get lucky. I'll try to sell stuff for like $1. Yeah, I do $1 auctions on Whatnot, so it can get wild. So buckle up.
It's kind of fun. Even like when I'm just window shopping, I'm just watching you for the hell of it. It's kind of fun.
I don't put my face on the Whatnot. I just scream into
No
my
one puts their face on Whatnot.
You'd be
Someone would try to
surprised.
buy it.
I like putting really, really rare stuff in the like on the table, and everyone's like, "How much for the $1,000 toy?"
To tease them.
Not $1.
Right. Yeah, $1 start. Come on,
Hey.
man.
But I'm a fan of Figure Fight Club. This is the real deal. You guys keep
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah, we're trying to do our best to run a good show, and Avi had faith in me to run a Transformers show, and I'm glad
you have
that
faith in yourself, clearly, for
yeah.
the outfit.
and I'm glad Anna is coming
Much
along
faith.
for the ride.
It's lots of fun.
Yep,
Well, pray to the great Ben.
I'm ready to
We
get
have a
this
lot of
moving.
idols and Transformer dub.
All right. I mean, there's 13 of them that they're praising right now.
True enough.
Oh my God, have you read the new comic?
I'm behind.
Oilers.
We're gonna have to read it and do a show on it, aren't we?
Yep.
Talk about issue 23.
Content. Yep.
Content.
We kind of teased on a little bit where what's his name? Kirkman's taking over. 25. So
I mean, that's bigger news than the Michael Bay coming back to Transformers, and no
Right.
one's picking up on it. And I
It is
just
bigger
can't
news.
believe it. It's unbelievable news. Hold on to your books, people.
well, so I
thank you
think
for
we should
joining
start
us.
wrapping this up.
I think so.
Collecticon. Can I use your real name?
Whatever. I have many names.
Collecticon, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You will continue to fuel our sins for God knows how
Yeah.
long. Or for
I guess last thing. I mean, I sell them individually. I do sell boxes occasionally, but I prefer to just sell the individual guys. So,
Yep.
you know, that's what I did it for. That's why I said I opened 2,000 Blokees or more. So, if you're missing a guy, I have it, but they are priced kind of to market. So beware.
Yeah.
Use that code. FFC10. You know.
but still at the same time, even how you have them marked like that, if you're trying to find a chase or just certain characters, you can spend more money just getting them. So
Yeah, how much?
That's what I've said from the rip. Like, I didn't want to buy the first 3 waves of this Defender to build this guy, so I bought the 3 individual ones first off of you, and then I knew the last 3 were in a box together, so I bought a box.
Well, think about it. Like, I just gave you the breakdowns, right? So it takes 4 cases to make a chase. Really, right. You know, to guarantee you're getting a chase, it costs 36 toys.
Yep. So
if you have it priced less than what it would cost to buy 36 of them individually, there you go.
Yep.
You're winning.
So, Anna, is there anything that you would like to promote before I do? Before we
I'm telling him, Slip promoted you.
No. And you can stay on too, Collecticon. You can. We'll just end this together. So, just keep you on screen. Don't you? Okay. So, Anna, you don't have anything to promote?
No. I mean, you know, in my regular life, I'm a college professor. I'm not going to promote my classes, so
right.
Don't take classes with me.
No competing shows, Anna.
Right.
Yeah. No clubs of books.
I mean, I could say watch me on TFLP too. I'm on there quite a few weeks. We don't really have a consistent schedule right now, but watch me there too.
Oh, and before I tout. So my original sin was this.
Stop with that.
Devastator. I was screw non-transforming Transformers, and then this thing got announced. And as I mentioned earlier, I bought the first 3, Bone Crusher, Scavenger, and Hook off of Collecticon. And then I ended up buying the case, and then got lucky and got the kit to build Devastator. So this was my original sin, and now I have 30 plus Blokees laying around. Maybe more.
That's a hardcore Transformer collecting sin. You know, I always say, Commandment 1, know thyself. You did not know that you did not care if they transform or not.
All right. And now I have all kinds of non-transforming Transformers. All right,
Batman doesn't transform. People buy Batman. That's why I don't get the argument. I'm like, hey, they're cool characters.
But so that we'll wrap things up for this evening. So if you like what you see here, keep coming back every Monday, 10 p.m. or 10:15 p.m. Eastern, Decepticast. I'm not sure what we're going to do next week. This one was a fun one and stressful one to plan. Just getting everybody together. I appreciate everybody that messaged me back and got on the stream and confessed their sins. Like I said, it was kind of nerve-wracking at first, but we got everything through. But if you could check me out I have my own individual channel at Talib1980_collects. I do 2 reviews a week, usually Transformers Tuesday, and a random action figure on Friday. I've been doing live blocky builds on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also, you can catch me on Figure Fight Club. I'm one of the co-hosts along with Abby and Maximilian Tucker. We do open mic night Tuesday night. Anybody can join. We'll put the link in the chat. We'll share the link on our socials. I know we've tried to get Collecticon to come on and do some show and tell, but he always misses the link late. Friday is our main interview show. I'm not sure who we had this week, but typically we get toy developers on to explain some of their products. And that's every Friday at 9 p.m. Also, I want to shout out Roll Keeper. He's doing mod duties tonight. He's been throwing everybody's links in the chat, keeping everybody informed with everything. So shout out to Roll Keeper. He's one of the best. If I see him on, I don't even try to compete and share links or anything like that. But so thank you, Collecticon, for joining. Your retail space, you know a lot of this stuff behind the scenes, and it's really good information for us. I like to thank my co-host Anna. She fills my gaps when I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. She knows her stuff, and there might not be any more auditions. She might be the permanent spot. So thank you and good night. Peace.
Good night.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just a see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.